So we waived tight end Josh Peterson today. Tommy Lee Lewis went to reserve injured, and then we signed place kicker Aldrich Roses and safety Jeff Heath. So we added 2 in place of the 2 we lost. We try to come in here once a year before the start of the preseason, even to get used to the lighting, but also the turf is new each year. So it's a little spongy, I would say, tonight. So we just got there's a mix of sand and pellets. Any questions?
How do you feel like the 2 minutes been progressing now that you guys went through?
It's good. There's so many things that come up situationally. It's great. It's great to have a full crew here, relative to, getting the ball to the officials without it being on the ground, the various penalties that can come up. We can't get enough of that work because every year at the end of the year there's 130 or 40 2-minute snaps defensively, offensively, and they're generally pretty critical snaps either at the end of the half or the end of the game. So you guys see them all. I mean, you just turn on the finish of every game and someone's defending a win or scoring to win. And then occasionally, you don't have a 2-minute drill because the score is, but it's going good. We need a lot of work at it.
Sean, I know you said that the proof was a little spongy. What did you think about the quality of work you were able to get in?
Good. I thought overall was good. It was kind of a 2-hour, 15-minute practice, but good.
Can you notice differences in the dome? Your thoughts of what they've
Yeah,
done
the first difference is that end zone tunnel's gone. New seating, and the opponents obviously anymore won't walk across the field to the locker room. That's the first thing that I see. And then obviously some of the other things are different, but that end zone is what you first notice.
Sean, are you looking for anything, like, is there one thing that you were really zeroing in on when you're looking at the 2-minute, like one thing you really want to see from those guys?
Well, look, no, there's not one thing because there's so many things. You're number 1, communication. Number 2, penalties. Look, half the battle is making sure everyone has the right call and plays the right defense or the right offensive snap. So communication, efficient communication, and there's a ton of things that get you beat in that drill, either side of the ball, and constantly addressing those things. Get on to the next play. It's happening. Let's go get on to the next play. But there's a lot of situations that come up end to half, where you're trying to get a field goal, no timeouts. That opens up a litany of situations. How do you stop the ball? There's certain plays you're going to defend just the sideline because the time tells you they have to throw it. So there's about 14 different situations to begin with that you have to cover. And so the only way to do it is to practice it.
Is Juwan Johnson the kind of guy that you're maybe just increasingly discovering things you can do with him right now?
Yeah, look, we certainly have a vision for his strengths and then the things he needs to get better at, and so I think he works his tail off. He's very serious. He's smart, and I think he's handling the volume well.
Sean, what can these quarterbacks still show you?
No, there's a lot. I know we're evaluating it all, and we have another opportunity to play Monday night, and moving the team, decisions, protecting the football, all the things that go into winning at that position.
You called it close before. Would you still describe it as close between
Yeah,
the two now?
we're not gonna have weekly or daily updates. You guys have to do that, but these guys are both working hard, and the other guys are doing a good job as well. Young guys is improving, and I'm encouraged with the room by and large.
Did you suggested last week that you're going to reverse the order this week?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're doing.
You just used the word volume with Juwan Johnson. Is that by design? He definitely does seem to have a high
Well, when you're a
volume
tight end, you've got the passing game, you've got the running game, you've got, you know, it's a little different than when you're just a receiver. So he's handling that pretty well.
Will the usage plan be the same as last week for the 3 phases, 18 to 22?
Yeah, we'll see how we're going to discuss that here probably tomorrow, and we'll decide how we want to play this game relative to. There'll be some other guys that didn't play last week that I plan on seeing in this game.
Is this like what the third preseason
Nope.
game used to be? It's not. Okay.
No, the third one will be the third one.
But I'm saying, so remember how the starters tended to play a lot in the first half of the third game?
Yeah.
How do you?
No, I want to get, you know, there's a handful of guys that didn't play last week that'll play in this game, and so we got to be mindful of those snaps, and then we'll establish the phases here. You know, I think we're a little healthier relative to the full roster compared to where we were last week. But we'll go through that tomorrow.
Handful of guys, that means starters, you would think would see more.
Yeah,
action.
well, there's some guys that are starters that didn't play last week
Right,
that'll
that's
play
what
in
I
this
mean.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to play. We're not going to go 3 games. You know. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead.
Just last thing, just on Alvin. How, I guess, refined or established would you say his role is now in the offense? I mean, he's played such a huge role the last couple of years. Is there anything else that he can do?
No, look, listen. 3 things. You know, he's good with the ball running. He's good with the ball receiving, and then, you know, when the ball's not in his hands, you know, protection or. But he's smart and makes good decisions, and so look, he's an important part of what we do. Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you.